Testing, testing. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Spaghetti, apple, Charlie, mayhem. Random nonsense while I try to get this together in the background. Good evening. I'd like to welcome all of you wonderful people to the Den Show. Or the Den, not the Den Show, for whatever. Doesn't really matter. I am your host. Your host with the most. The ghost from the third coast. Space Ghost, coast to coast. No. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den, well, it's kind of hard to explain it. It's a place where people talk about things, right? Still in this little corner of the internet for whatever reason, this fucking shit just keeps dropping frames, whatever. Tonight we're going to talk about age gap relationships, right? Because I find this to be a very interesting topic. Because I think it's a one-sided conversation in some people's eyes. I don't know necessarily. I know how I feel. We'll just talk about it. So let's see what we have joining us this evening. And then let's get into a really good conversation, right? Let's get into a really good conversation. I'm trying to get the fucking bot to act right. Ooh, Honcho wears a tiny hat. Good evening to all of you lovely people. How was happy Eclipse Day to each and every one of you. We survived. If you didn't catch us earlier, we're here. We survived. Some people said they saw a UFO floating through Texas. All right. So let's get into it, though. So we're going to talk about age gap. I'm talking about Aoki, I guess. Aoli, whatever. Aoki Simmons, one of Russell Simmons' kids, right? And Russell Simmons is a guy who was known for dating them a little bit younger, right? Depends on what that means to you. Now, Aoki, I believe, is 21, and she was found in St. Bart's, something like that, Bart Simpson's, I don't know, right? With an older gentleman, I can't remember his fucking name. I gotta say it. I'm gonna show you some shit. You know how it goes. But like I said, let's see what we got joining us, and then we'll get into this Aoki Simmons. One, how are you doing this evening? Wolverine, the Apex. You know, like, I mean, if you're like a real Wolverine, or like Wolverine, the character from the Marvel stuff, I don't know. But Wolverine, I think of the Marvel Wolverine every time I read that. Jabari, Mayo. What's the motherfucking deal? I prefer my burgers with mustard, but hey, nothing wrong with mayo, if that's your preference. Interesting. Delta Echo Golf. Broderick's here. What's the motherfucking deal? Lovely Miss D the Gamma, how are you doing this evening? And yeah. So, konnichiwa, bitches. So let me show you guys a picture. Let me show you guys a video first, right? To kind of give you some context into this interesting story, because this is something that took place, I'm assuming, a couple of months ago, with this particular video. I don't know. We just kind of do that because I don't even know what you call that. None of my business. Not like it's a lot going on there, but that's none of my business, right? I believe her mom is Kimura, right? Is this a trait that's passed down, or is this a trait that's taught? Like, is it in you? Is like is gold digging a gene? It's like my mother was a gold digger, and her mother before that was a gold digger. I come from a long, proud line of gold diggers, and I will not be insulted, sir. Eastside, what's the motherfucking deal? Um, oh man, Jesus, Jesus, uh, terrible. So there you go. Now, this is a conversation. Yeah, this is a conversation that was had, I believe, between her and her papa. I'm going to show you a video of them out there, and we're going to talk about this because it's not necessarily just about Aoki, but it's talking about the privileges that people get generally with age gap dating because few and far in between are you going to find people of a noticeable span of time in between them finding themselves pretty compatible. It's rare, right? It's very rare. Takes certain kind of people, I guess you could say. But I'll just let you check it out for yourself. Why this is a problem? Because this is a personality problem. And so we're going to dive deep into this.
That's going to be it. And that's how you're going to make your
If
fortune.
you don't raise my budget, I'm gonna get a sugar daddy. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm kidding.
What did you say?
Nothing. Okay.
You don't even have sugar daddy capabilities, right? Aren't you a B? Of course you are, right?
I'm just saying, if you don't give me money, I'm gonna go. I don't know. So I'm gonna sell arms. I'm gonna sell.
You're not going to do any of that. You're just going to raise your budget. Your budget's
I'm
fine.
gonna be an ambassador for the meat industry.
God is watching you. He hears you. That means your higher self hears you. You know what you said is bad. You're not going to do that. You're just talking.
I guess I'm muted here. See, that's how y'all know I'm on my little rant, and I be trying not to look at the chat. But like I said, so what happens now is people from my generation, right, who have children now. What a lot of them did, especially if you came from struggling, a lot of them, especially if they're single moms, they try to give their kids everything, right, to make it where they never understand what it is to actually put effort into doing something, and that's a problem, right? Because then what happens is when they meet a real challenge, all they know is the outcome, which is money, and they will do whatever for the outcome of money, right? And so now I was here when she's saying all the shit that she was saying. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be a meat ambassador. And all these things that she's hinting to are not innocent things, right? And he's trying to tell her in so many ways without looking like a dickhead dad. Because if he said, "Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?" I'd have slapped the shit out of you and cut all your fucking money off, right? Not that, "Hey, Dad, could you give me some money?" That I need a bigger budget. Because what? Because I'm what? Doing what? For no reason. A bigger budget. So, like I said, they're willing to do things. They're willing to put themselves in awkward positions just for the end outcome. Right? So, give me just 1 minute. This is a problem, right? Now, in Houston, some of you may be familiar. There's a situation that took place. I don't know. Drea, I don't know what she's famous for. I believe she's been on some shows or something. From what I've gathered, is really from like hoish behavior and activities, and that's, I guess, she's famous for that. You can be famous these days for being a hoe, right? Ken, what's the motherfucking deal? Rob, what's the motherfucking deal? Heidi, I played myself. Kleindienst. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Schmicky, how are you doing? East Side said, oh, I can. Oh, but here's the thing, right? It's okay. Now, fellas, I don't know how many fellas in here, right? I don't know how many fellas in here, but I could say this is something that is taking place throughout generations, no matter if you're Generation X, Millennial, Gen Z, Y, Elemental P, probably not Gen Alpha because they don't, whatever. Say when you were, let's go as far back as junior high. Right? Let's go as far back as junior high. Don't you always remember, maybe I'm wrong, right? But there were always a couple, I won't say all of them. But there was always the ones that always dated older because of, I guess, the privileges of being older. And you're always like, this is weird, this is awkward. You're always, giving this negative stigma on it, right? Because when it's a dude. But now, as they get older, as they start to lose the privileges, and again, when they're young, they get to go on the beaches and the things like that. They get to go on trips. And then as they get older, and they start to lose those privileges, that's when they start turning. And that's when they start looking at it like it's a bad thing, when they no longer get to retain the privileges that they once used to capitalize on. So now that the men are older, and we know men, as they grow, they get more. They acquire more resources, right? Yeah. No, I would say in junior high school, definitely. In high school, you definitely had chicks who were, I would say it was a significant number of them in high school, right? Niggas can't drive. Niggas ain't even old enough to drive. These bitches getting picked up by random motherfuckers. Maybe it was just my high school. Then it's definitely not a red pill show. Because what I talk about is not like, hey, don't. I say just be aware and understand what you're dealing with. I'm not saying don't deal with them. I'm saying that, hey, you may find a crazy woman that you can tolerate some of her nonsense and it works for you, right? We're all imperfect people. I'm just telling you what I wouldn't do. And what I would advise you probably not to do because it could be a bad outcome for you. But red pill, never, right? So the thing is, as you're older, and say you're older, you're single, you're whatever. Again, I think at a certain age range, it's kind of weird. And going under 21, extremely weird. But whatever floats your boat as long as it's legal. But now, like I say, the men who were older that gave them the resources and the advantages and the benefits of that, now that same group of men that they were growing up with has become those men. Now those guys are disgusting. Now those guys are this, that, and the third because these women have kind of ventured out and generally aren't the most desirable, right? But again, it is what it is. I meant to do something here, and I definitely forgot. All right, there we go. That fucking light is bright as shit. All right. So, I don't know where this was going either, because I kind of lost track. I had a point that I was making earlier, and I tell you when I start thinking ahead, and I kind of lose it. But anyway, what I was saying is that what happens is when they're women of this age, right? When they're young, and again, like they can benefit. They're young, they're better looking women. I would say definitely. Oh, gal's not my type. I'm gonna let y'all see something. If this is your kind of thing, I know some niggas is into this, so maybe some aren't. me show you this other video. Yeah, I definitely went and lost track of where I was going with that.
Last day in St. Bart's. I'm so sad, but I'm very sad, very happy. And
Shout out to Ken and HB. Appreciate the den donation. Good night to yourself, to you as well, sir. All right. You have a great night as well. Sleep, sweet dreams and all that good stuff. Yeah, for the den donation, I'll definitely have a sweet dream. Don't dream about crazy stuff. And if you're falling, what is it when you're falling? I forgot what it is when you're falling. I don't know. But yeah. It's so funny because it's so accurate, honey. Racism? No, I think it's all about good and bad decision making. Right? Good gambles and bad gambles. So, yeah. But, anyway, you've derailed me once again. Let me play the rest of this video and we'll get back to the conversation.
when I return home, everybody who knows me will be getting a happier, more chilled out version of me. My boyfriend is checking in. I don't know why we're checking in advance like this. Probably because I always miss flights. I should just show. Crepe?
Huh?
Crepe?
No. Yes,
No crepe? Crepe?
can't we go?
Oh, I thought you were saying no.
No, I can't check in because I don't have my green card.
I'm making my final St. Bart's video.
Oh.
Would you like to share your favorite thing about the trip anonymously? He said me.
Did we do?
You want me to open the drink?
No, it's okay. You don't know you said that. She wants to be my partner.
Baby, you are on. Shush.
Huh?
Shush. I'm making this video. Baby, do you want to go to Kenya?
Kenya.
Someone has invited us to Kenya.
But, you know, Kenya is kind
What?
of the edge of the dangerous.
Shut up. Never mind.
There's a warning.
Shush. When are we going to Japan? Actually,
Japan is so much better.
baby.
Did she shush him and tell him to shut up as well? Like, I didn't listen to the whole video, right? So some of this I try to catch live with you. Did she shush him and tell him to shut up as well? Or shut up, I'm making a video? Big Al, what's the motherfucking deal? I can't tell you, Heidi, it's a black secret. Look, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way I'm gonna be some kind of whatever. There's, no, bro. But I guess like the motherfuckers don't give a fuck. It's like you're so rich, you just fuck it. I just want some company anyway. I personally feel like there's better options out there. Like, so you're right. Her mother's Kimura. Kimura made baby fat, right? I still can't believe she shushed him. Like, I'm gonna be honest, bro. See, y'all always say Hancho be telling you he paid on to get big girls, you be body shaming. No, There's a body shame that goes in many, many. It's a spectrum, right? It's a spectrum, like many things in this life. Body shaming is a spectrum, all right? So, some people like it on this extreme end over here. And hey, and I'm not judging. You do what makes you feel good, right? You do where you do what you want to do, right? You do what you want to do if that's your thing. Some people are on the opposite end of the spectrum. Some on the far extreme opposite end of the spectrum. But again, hey, you do what you want to do. But anyway, get back to the point. So why is it okay? Why is it okay on both ends of the spectrum, right? Because with women, it's okay whether they're the younger woman or the older woman. And what's her name? Somebody like Drea, whatever, right? And she, got the young boy, got her pregnant, right? And everybody's, well, he's a grown up, he's a this, he's a that. Nobody has an issue with it. But when you talk about men generally who tend to date young, and I think there's who's like, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Women will women will do whatever for whatever. Women will lie to you dead to your face. But he don't care. Like he knows. Like, come on. This dude's like 60 something. He knows what the game is. She knows what the game is. But my thing is more about the mentality of the person. And then two, why is it deemed okay when women do it? Why are women granted a pass in situations like this? Like I said, with Drea, you saw women when she got the bag, if there's money involved, right? Usually if there's money involved that you're given a pass, right? She got the bag. She hit a lick. Women saying the same thing. Well, as long as she's getting money, and then I think she's actually already said something about them splitting up. Because I think Russell made a statement about it, right? Brazilian blood loss, terrible. Oh my goodness, that's the real BBL, right? Because I don't have enough problems of my own, Heidi. That's why. So I have to be obsessed with their problems, right? That is my duty is to bring forth the burdens that women suffer on a daily so that they can be acknowledged and assisted. Right. But again, in this, we know that this isn't serious. This is some old Holly. Well, I don't know if he's in Hollywood or Hollyweird or whatever. Right. But my question is, what is age gap appropriate? Like, what is it? To what extent? And just drop a number of years is appropriate in your opinion between two parties to be an appropriate relationship in your book? I think it's a interesting question because I think different people see things very much so differently. See 5 to 8 within 10, 5, okay. 5 being a general consensus. 40, well, you know how your kind get down. Uh, terrible, 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 terrible things happen. I have to get that out of my sight. Um, 40. Okay. At 41, it gets all weird. All right. Um, what is the issue? What is the biggest issue that you see when you start to reach that 5+ year mark? What is it that? Where do you see it being a? an issue? Is it the conversation? Is it what is it? What is it at 5 years? I see the general consensus seems to be five. I've seen it said five or eight within 10. Heidi's blows it way out of proportion, so I think you got to like knock off the shortest and the highest amount, and then you take everything else out and average it. Music preference. Is music that important to a relationship? Right? Do people need to be able to relate to each other to have a good relationship? What if there's an understanding, right? All I want you to do is this, and this. And the other person says, hey, all I want to do is this, and this. I'm okay with this if you're okay with this. And I say, hey, all right, cool. It doesn't have to necessarily be that we have the same worldview. Do you think that a person who is a liberal could be in a relationship with a person who is a conservative? Right? Do you think that a Dallas Cowboys fan could be in a relationship with an Eagles fan? Right? That's also that's also another thing, right? What if somebody carries themselves in exceptional shape? Okay? Say I'm not me. But let's just say Dan, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's just say I'm 70 years old and I'm in the shape of your average 45, 50-year old. Is a 70-year-old man who's in immaculate shape dating a woman who is 45 to 50 years old? Is that awkward? Is that too far of a gap? Like, where does the range is when you're on the older end of the spectrum? Is it okay for the range to extend? You know, because I see a lot of people saying 5, 10, 7, 8, whatever. So, what if you're in your 60s? Is it okay to date someone that's in their 80s, right? Or is it too weird? Like it, Ruby. How are you doing this evening? Time traveling Texans. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you all. Um, but that's what I'm saying. What if these people just have an understanding? Yeah, I don't know how the RFK is. What is that? Rhode Island fried chicken? That'd probably be like RIFK. Would you want fried chicken from Rhode Island? Like, if you just put some state and attach it to some random food that's not necessarily associated with that state, would it make you more interested in trying that said food? Would you think Kentucky was known for fried chicken before KFC? Let's talk about Delaware for a second. Just a second. We're going to come back to what we're talking about. And then I'm going to open up the line here because I know I'm just, yeah, we're rocking like a cutoff stocking. Um, who in here likes Delaware Punch? Oh, yes, I did. I definitely did. Definitely hit a joint. And so it says, as long as people are of age and they know what they want and come to an agreement. And that's my thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point is it weird? Like, at what point is it okay? That it's okay that this 60-year-old and what is she, 21? I don't know. It might be 60 plus. If you were 45 and single, you probably consider dating a man 75. And why? What? Never mind. Don't even have to ask that question. I know exactly why. I, I was smoking before that. Heidi, see that's what I'm saying. Heidi's always trying to take credit for him. Just misproducing the show. Um, but yeah, the conversation we were talking about, like it's age gap. And why is there a double standard when women engage in age gap relationships compared to when men do it, right? So when the man is younger and has the money and the woman secures the bag, in that same situation, if you reverse the roles, it would be considered predatory, right? So why is it okay when women do it? Why are women always on the favorable end of it? Is it because they're considered weaker, and so that in that sense, when they're able to get over on a man, whether it be a younger man or an older man, mentally, I guess you could say, or however you want to call it, is that why it's always considered a win by women? What is it that makes it such a big deal when women get over on men? Right? Shannon, thank you for the den donation. Well, what's the deal? How are you doing this evening? Why the double standard? All right. And because I had to suffer through many a photo, you will as well. So, split a cow, right? Do 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 do. I'm loving it. All right. So give me just a second. Let me give me a bottle of water. Give me a bottle of water, and then we're going to get this party started. I'm going to open up the line. I'm going to talk about some things, right? Do 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 do. Righty. Are y'all enjoying that scene? Are y'all enjoying the view? That's exactly why. Just so y'all could soak it all in like that sun. Is that what ladies like? Picnics? If a regular nigga try to take you on a picnic down to fucking Galveston, some of you know and some of you don't know, right? If a regular nigga try to take you down to a picnic on Galveston, y'all would be calling that nigga all kind of brokes and scummies and all kind of shenanigans and terrible things, right? They be telling that's a broke nigga move. Did y'all see the one? Did you see the one? The lady said that she was gonna go on a date with the dude, but she found out like he used like a promotion or some shit like that, like like a deal to eat. So she canceled the date because she said that was a broke nigga move. We live in a very, very, very interesting society, right? And so you would say, Hunter, instead of complaining about it, instead of just sitting up here and rah 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 and stepping all over the already downtrodden ladies, what are you going to do to improve it? I don't know, right? What can I do? I'm just another nigga on the internet. What can I do to improve the situation, right? Shout out to Dan the man. Appreciate the Dan donation. Uh, man, I don't even know. I really don't know at this point what is acceptable and what is no longer acceptable. I think it's just a roll of the dice. I figure I don't know, man. You got to take them somewhere they have never been, probably would never go on their own, just so they can say that somebody, took them there. I know nothing. What is Michelle talking about? I'm in here acting all Karenish. Right? I would like to go on a picnic. You know, I like picnics. I like snacks from the fucking HEB deli. Right? I like I like I like nice things. I like serene backgrounds. Right? Can I not can I not partake? Have y'all seen the thing going on the Tiki Takis? Don't eat Takis for real. That shit'll fuck your stomach up. Beyond, what's the motherfucking deal? With hot dogs and Big Red. So I don't know if y'all seen the thing, like, and it's the dudes basically acting like how these females be out here acting and doing the whole soft guy era. Those things are fucking funny. Nature on a first date. You earn your nature. You don't just get nature all willy nilly. But anywho, I'm gonna open up the lines. So I know I had a whole bunch of videos earlier that I shared. If you want to comment on anything that we talked about earlier in the day, because I know I spent a significant amount of time on that earlier today. Um, Remember, I made a statement about women would rather be about the was it the police officer? I'm trying to find a thing. I think I had saw a thing. They said there was a police officer that got fired because they found out she had an OF. Takis can turn your shit blue if you're not careful. Takis, shout out to Wolverine Apex. Appreciate the dead donation. Um, Takis and all that shit, all that red 40 hot. I do not dine on these things. That's something that's never appealed. Like, it's something that's never appealed to me. I've never understood the hot Cheeto craze. It. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be extremely honest. I can't honestly, because I don't think I've ever had a hot Cheeto. Like, I've never been interested in consuming one. I don't think I've had one. It's, I don't think I have. Because, I mean, just the appearance of the chip itself. Like, it was not about spicy. Oh, I like spicy food. I had that Indian food the other day. That shit was spicy as hell. It was good. It was very good. It's just more that I just don't like the way it doesn't. It just looking at those chips, those spicy chips, the hot, like the flaming hot Doritos, all those type of chips and things. I look at them and they just, it's something unappealing about them, right? And yeah, the Takis definitely new. Like, when we're going to talk about gastrointestinal problems in the near future, oh, this generation gonna have, because the thing is, these people are afraid to tell the kids, no, you can't eat this shit. Stop eating this shit, or they just don't give a fuck. They'll let them have it just to not hear them crying. And when I say these people are going to have gastrointestinal problems, like, it's going to be bad, right? It's going to be bad. And also mental issues, because the consuming that red 40 has shown that, a lot of these kids that have these hyperactivity disorders and things like that, it's the dyes have been shown to increase the likelihood of that shit. But anyway, right? Coming up the line, and we'll get back to talking about people and their bad food eating consumption. Actually, and I showed some crazy videos earlier. What videos? What all videos did I show earlier? It was something. It was something real bad. Um, Delete all that. Yeah. Oh, the lady that wanted the sperm donor to still pay child support. That is the most like how is entitled even the word that you would use? Like what do you there has to be a better word because the audacity to think that someone owes you child support that you went to a sperm bank, right? And I question the same thing, Shannon, because like everything I watch, I question it. But in this day and age, the fact that we have to do such a thorough examination of these things to determine whether it's real or not shows you how thrown off people are. Because usually you would say, "There's no fucking way I'm not going to do this," but the fact that you kind of have to, be like, it's a possibility. I feel like it could be. Either she's a very good at keeping a deadpanish type face, but I don't put it past anyone. I believe that it is I don't say 100% authentic, but yeah. That and also I showed y'all the video of the Walmart behavior in the Target. I saw that in the Discord because that is just saddening. It's just saddening. The good people of Target can't even enjoy themselves and have a peaceful. Niggas will infiltrate anywhere. I tell you, once you start giving niggas clues, hey, with Target, well, we didn't know about this. We were only familiar with Walmart, and then they start doing that shit. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That's like dollar store behavior activities going on in the fucking Target. It's getting sad to this point, right? It's getting very sad to this point. All right, so let's take some calls. I haven't heard from y'all in a little while. We've covered a litany of things throughout the day today. Do. Big Al, don't take Michelle fishing. You may ask why, and I might not have a good answer, but it's just a bad idea. Oh, let's make a number on the thing. And there we go. All right. The number is 346-484-3336. You want to call into the den. You want to chop it up. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? Make sure. All right. Dan the man. How are you
Yes,
doing,
sir.
Mr.
What's
Dan?
up, G?
Oh, not too much.
I'm
not
all
too
right.
much.
Doing some thinking about things, some moves I got to make soon, you know, things like that.
Okay, understood. So, what are your thoughts on age gap dating, Mr. Dan? What is too far of a separation in age, in your opinion?
Honestly, I don't really care about that. Is the person of age, like in this state, is illegal? Okay, bet, do it. It could be a fucking 20-year-old woman and a 70-some man. I just fuck it. I mean, as long as they both know what they're here for, he knows he wants some hot young thing. He can pop his little blue pills and risk having a heart attack. Pumping dumping this shit. That's up to him. And if she knows she's gonna get a brand new car, they're cool. They're both happy. I really don't give a shit. And vice versa. It was a 20-some-year-old man and a 70-some-year-old woman. I'd say that brother's starving. But hey, man, do what you got to do, bro. Get you them new J's, bro. I respect that.
This is a sick Negro.
There you go. There you go. You know these young men be getting into these old grannies and shit, getting them exercise checks. It's a cold world out here, B. The game getting crazy. So I'm not even mad about that. It's just my main thing is like, first off, are you of age? Okay, cool. And this isn't some sort of like, yeah, there's no like, you both know what you're here for. You both know what you're getting out of it. Sugar daddy, sugar baby, that whole bullshit. Go ahead. I don't really give a shit. That's how I feel.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay. As long as everything's above the board, go ahead and pull the cord.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Admit it.
Yeah,
okay.
y'all both know. Y'all both. What was it on Tip Drill? Come on, girl. You know what you came here for. You a Tip Drill.
Right.
Drill.
Right.
Credit card through the crack of the ass.
Right. Because do you think anybody any stripper complains that a man is too old to tip her? No. They definitely take the fucking money. So yeah, I mean, shit, it is what it is, you know, and vice versa.
Male strippers, they're pulling up. Man, the male strippers, they don't care if some grandma going to church the next day. They don't give a fuck. That's my grandma's bridge partner. They don't give a fuck. Run that check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing my dick in your face for 2 minutes. Fuck it. It is what it is, man. See, I think it's equality. Or like, you know, you both, you know, like if it's an old man, young woman, old woman, young man, everyone wants equality now, right? Yeah. Fuck it. There you go. That's how I feel.
Okay. All right.
Somebody I might have been expecting some sort of nuanced answer from me because I tend to make things complicated. No, I don't give a fuck no more. I don't care. Ain't my dick. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. As long as there ain't no child molestation going on or statutory rape, I ain't with none of that shit, bro. Y'all get the fuck out of here with that shit. Now, some countries, the age of consent in states, really, age of consent's like 16 and shit. I think maybe when people stop having the word teen in their age, I feel more comfortable with it. I'll put it like that. And honestly, the brain keeps developing and well into your 20s, if I'm correct. So,
well, you know, say 24, 25, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I've heard. So there is that. So, I mean, but you got these old-ass men getting all the women they couldn't get when they're at that age because they're busy hustling and working and sacrificing. Women, too, you know, it is. And you get an older age, you ain't trying to be with people your age, you're trying to be with someone younger. Look, if she's cool with it, then it is, man, do your thing. Rock out with your cock out. Do it, man. I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. I'm trying to accept the nature of this generation, this kind of society right now. We're like, hey, man, it's all good. Do whatever you want. But I have limits, too, you know. I have limits, too. But that's been going on for a long time, old man, young woman. That's been going on for eons, really.
Yeah, it's the beginning of time.
Hell yeah. That's the forming of kingdoms. Because no king would have like his old ass queen dies. He ain't gonna marry someone that's old. He's gonna marry some young thing from some other neighboring kingdom, and it's uniting the kingdoms and stuff like that. And he's gonna get his nut off in this young thing. That's just what it is, goddamn. That's just how it is. Yeah, there you go. Very vulgar, yes, but it's the truth as well.
Yeah.
So fuck it.
Yeah. We don't trust your Western science, Heidi. You know, we listened to y'all before and see where that got us. Yeah. So we discussed many of things. I don't know if you caught anything from the earlier streams, but we went over.
I was driving home from work, so I got a little bit in there. Yeah. Okay. I was parked at 7-Eleven getting something. That's when I put in the donation. But that whole bring back shame. Yeah. Fuck, you know.
Yeah. Definitely. 7-Eleven. Do you buy snacks out of the 7-Eleven? Like the actual 7-Eleven brand type foods?
Because it's cheap, but the only thing I buy is like gummy bears. I got a little thing for gummy bears. I like eat gummy bears. Oh, man. And that's it. I don't buy, maybe the ramen, I think. They have like some 7-Eleven type ramen. But, yeah. Right. But man, the 7-Eleven here ain't got shit on Japan 7-Eleven. That shit's like a restaurant. I don't care. Bro, yeah. It's beautiful in there. It's serene, clean. And you got some Arab dude trying to stay loosies and shit behind a little bulletproof glass and shit, man. And fucking selling food stamps. Oh, God, I miss that country.
I've been hearing that Japan's been having some problem. I guess they've been doing something where they're trying to bring in so many 100,000 workers from outside of the country. And like they're starting to show some areas in Japan, I guess that were nicer areas, like kind of being littered with trash and just looking real dirty and shit like that. So that's crazy.
Well, that sounds familiar. Sounds like Europe. Sounds like the United States. Japan better get their shit together before they. Well, they're starting to adopt more Western culture than I'd like, quite honestly. And I've seen actually there's been a lot of things with like foreigners over there, like that one streamer, the Somalian dude. He's actually Ethiopian. The one dickhead, he was yelling Hiroshima, Nagasaki. There's only like 17 niggas in Japan, and you acting a plumb fool. Fuck that dude, bro. He got kicked out of Japan. He avoided like a major arrest. He paid some fine or some dumb shit, and then he started some shit in Israel, and he got detained. I tell until that guy ends up dead.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't remember his fucking name. It's not important giving that guy attention. But yeah, people like that. So just more foreigners coming in. That's going to end up assaulting your citizens, end up asking you for rights when they're only guests here. By all means, you can get the fuck out. And it's some politician who's far removed from this problem who's making these decisions. That's always what it is. It's the most likely some limousine liberals, some champagne socialists. That's generally what happens here. Generally. Some Hassan Piker type motherfucker. Fuck that dude.
Oh man.
A
So
fucking socialist trust fund baby. Go choke on a penis. Fuck him.
So were you disappointed that nothing happened for the eclipse today?
No, I was expecting nothing to happen. Some people are too damn superstitious. They really are. Really are. I remember like some years ago, it was like 2012. Something supposed to happen then. Of course, Y2K. I mean, well, I'm an old nigga, so I remember that shit. But some of y'all don't know. In the year 1999, people worried like the computers were going to reset and go to 0000, and everything's going to explode. Planes going to fly out of the sky, crash from the sky. Big Ben was going to explode. All type of shit. But it's fear mongering. It's all fear mongering, and then you'll go to some media outlet and read their drill that passes for journalism nowadays. Fuck them. Actually, I stared at the eclipse for like a second today just to see if I could. Because I'm stupid.
Yeah, it was too cloudy and shit, you know. So it was just I don't know. I don't have any special eclipse glasses. Somebody said that you would wear the glasses so not the hurricanes, the UFOs could pass through. I've already seen the alleged footage of that already.
UFOs.
Yeah, UFOs passing through the clouds now during the eclipse.
Well, look, bring them niggas. Look, UFO niggas, come on, let's see what's popping. What's up, man? Y'all be hiding on the porch, step on the street. Stop being a bitch. Straight up. Show me something, goddammit.
Yeah.
Because they've been hyping. I remember there was a talk some months ago about like there's gonna be some UFO. The first thing I said when I heard like the federal government talking about UFOs and there's gonna be some testimony about that, I was like, this is a distraction. You motherfucker, there must be something really serious going on. Y'all distracting everybody. This is embarrassing at this point. This is fucking pitiful. Stop the cat, bro. Just stop it. Just stop, bro. But there's all these comments that's like, oh man, you're about to reveal. Y'all believe this shit? Yeah. People are too superstitious and they believe anything. I remember a few months ago, I think it was last year, it was some day in April, some shit, some retard on Twitter put like, yeah, today all black people are going to get superpowers. You remember that shit?
Oh man, I remember that.
Because of melanin.
Nigga, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, but here's the thing: when it comes to niggas, it's sad, but so humorous at the same time. But it's sad when you really can't tell, or it's hard to decipher. Sometimes niggas can be some of the most entertaining, funny motherfuckers in the world, and sometimes the shit can make you very, very sad. But yeah, I remember that shit. Everybody's supposed to get their superpowers because of some type of melanin activation. Motherfucker was really disappointed. You know, I was shit. I just wanted to, give me the invisible power. Let me slide into the bank and get up out of there a couple of times. I'm gonna be good. Y'all never have to see me again.
Right, yeah.
But
you better get in line. All the other invisible niggas had the same idea,
you
bro.
feel me? You running into each other and shit. So they came up with all kind of invisible detecting. Fucking
random bags of money flowing out the goddamn Chase Bank and shit. Yeah, they gonna know those niggas doing that shit. You mean the check cashing joint? There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man.
Just random like cartons of Newports flowing out of the goddamn Arab store. Random weed too. Shit. You think
see that's
and shit.
No man, the bitches gonna be upset if they ain't got. Look, they gonna want their invisible self to look good. So they're definitely gonna have to get the blonde weave. You're gonna have invisible hairdressers doing invisible sets. But the Newport thing is super funny because did you see that Biden is delaying his Newport ban bill until after the election because he doesn't want to lose the black vote. Like you can't make these things up, right?
Woo!
You cannot make these things up.
Woo!
Like I don't know, man. I swear, like the Biden run, the Biden
Bro, I'm
run
telling
feels
y'all
like
right
an
now.
episode of Chappelle Show, like a long ass Chappelle Show episode when it comes to niggas, man.
I want to see the season finale. I say Biden 2024. Let's see where this train goes. Let's see what happens. Fuck it at this point, right? I mean, we're already in shit's creek. Let's just float down the river. See what happens. And then get the next desperate Nepo baby in office and all the little cronies and shit. Hey, man, Jim Crow Joe, man, he knows Negroes. I say it's a smart play. I say it's a smart play.
Because I still can't get over the fried chicken with the niggas. I think he went with the Italian family and had pizza, but he actually ate the pizza.
Of course, yeah.
And it's just like it's almost like what was that episode of Chappelle, the Trading Places episode? That's what the fuck I think about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kitty residue. Oh.
Heard you niggas like chicken. It's not for me, but plenty
Bro,
for you.
Hunter, I mean to interrupt you, man. I apologize,
Good,
bro.
you good.
But the funniest part of that Biden thing with the black folks was like when like the father told him, hey, one of his kids, one of his boys, he said, tell the president what you're doing at school. And I played basketball, but I was like, okay, I expected that. Okay, continue. I'm in business school, and Biden's like, business? They're getting too educated. You can't have this. Put them in more public schools. That's why he's going to charter schools now. You can't have that shit. Yeah. Let's do some more teachers unions full of commies. I love it.
It's becoming
a racial jungle. Yeah. Racial jungles and roaches and on my skin and corn pop. You know that nigga corn pop. That's Clarence Thomas. That's corn pop. He didn't say his name, but yeah, that's who corn pop is. Because he's been in his ass since he got in office.
That's crazy. Is Corn Pop dead? Like, is Corn Pop, whatever happened to Corn Pop? Because if he's alive, obviously he's like probably somewhere in the penitentiary system. Joe Biden should definitely free him.
Out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Corn Pop's still alive, he needs to be free. Free Corn Pop, wherever he may be.
Bro. That's a shirt, right? That's a twist shirt. Oh, that's a shirt, bro. Free Corn Pop. It's like the niggas for Trump, dude, bro. That shit killed me, bro. That man is amazing.
Oh shit!
And he called Fannie Willis. He said she's full of shit. He was right about that too.
No, I don't know if you've kept up, and I actually haven't. I kind of lost a little bit of track myself. I was reading it this weekend. Did you see this fallout amongst the Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro? Have you kept up with that?
Oh. Yeah, they put Candace in her place. Look, you can talk about Negroes all you want, but you do not talk about the chosen people.
Yeah.
L'chaim. Yeah, that's basically what happened.
Yeah.
Essentially what happened. Yeah. You talk about the steams and birds and no, get your black ass out of here. Go on the Breakfast Club, bitch. That's what happened.
Yeah. They're supposed to be debating.
Fuck that.
Allegedly, they're supposed to debate. It's supposed to be a debate between her and Ben. And I don't know. She's talking about set the time and place anywhere. They want to do it on the Daily Wire. And then she says anywhere else but the Daily Wire. Anybody else can moderate, whatever. She just won't do it on their particular platform. So
try to get them. Okay, I see what's going on. Yeah, Ben, he'll make a shekel. I know he will. Yeah. I'm sorry. Is that offensive? Hey man, it is what it is, bro.
Oh shit, a shekel.
Ben, so Ben, facts don't care about your feelings unless it's Israel Shapiro. Okay, right. Because that's his stopping point right there. You talk about Israel in any negative way, you are anti this, calling for genocide, this. Man, bro, you need to live by your own dictates that you give to other people. I mean, it's easy to chop up a BLM supporter because most of them are full of shit. That's easy.
Yeah.
When someone challenges you on your viewpoints, you get butthurt, you get offended.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's cool. Everybody got their breaking point. That's fine. Also, I ain't watching none of that shit. I find it's funny. And then Candace runs the Breakfast Club. We know these niggas don't take it seriously. They haven't taken it seriously since he started. What's up?
What were they asking her? What was the what's she bringing to the cookout, or some prayer, some little goofy stuff that they were asking her. I think it was like God is good and all the time, all kind of little weird shit. You talking about she didn't pass the vibe check? Like I see, this is the problem.
Yeah.
We worried about the vibe
check.
Yeah.
This is Negroes, modern day Negroes. Talking about vibe checks about political, social, economic issues. The fuck? Look, black people in the look. I don't know. You haven't heard me calling before. Look, this is me. Goddammit. Okay, I'm gonna say some shit straight up. And that's what it is. And I get called a coon and a house nigger, and I betrayed the black community, and I done heard all that shit before. I'm cool with it. I'm fine with it. So it is what it is. But yeah, man. I mean, I just watched like some clips from the debate, but I ain't gonna spend hours through that bullshit. I don't care about that. The Daily Wire started like shitting on dudes a while back, so I said fuck them. Fuck Ben. Fuck the flannel looking guy looking like the Downy toilet paper towel dude. What is it, Matt? Fuck him too. Fuck all them cornballs. I don't give a fuck about none of them. They're neocons.
No.
Fuck them. Fuck them. I watch Salty Cracker. That's where you get the real shit. That motherfucker crazy. I love him. I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, bro. Shit's crazy.
Man.
So I just sit and laugh.
Mm-hmm. That's super funny. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've kind of kept up with what's going on over there. I've just been hearing about the drama. Controversy sells, so it spreads much faster.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, that's a wild thing. But, yeah. Anything else you got on your mind, Mr. Dan?
Oh, actually, something I just saw, Black Conservative Perspective. So apparently the NAIA bans trans athletes from women's sports after a landslide 20-0 vote. So that just happened.
Okay, that's good.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I noticed they let whatever that swimmer was, let him rock, and then hearing that like he had like erections in the locker room and shit when he's like undressing, like, bro, stop. You see, this is what happens. What's the quote from Batman Begins? I don't like to quote movies much, but sometimes there's some real like solid ass quotes in there that are very like that makes a lot of sense in many aspects. Ra's al Ghul, they're about to execute this prisoner. What he said to Bruce Wayne, he said, crime cannot be tolerated. Criminals thrive off of the indulgence of society's understanding. The more you understand, the more you let things in. Like those idiots in Japan who's fucking shit up, and they're doing the same in Europe, United States. Blake and Riley would still be alive. That 2-year-old got shot in that drive-by would still be alive. There's so many. Oh my God. Hell, we go back before then. Hell, fucking. If they didn't want to riot in 2020 over a fucking fentanyl addict, David Dorn still be alive. Yeah. Sequoia Turner still be alive. Yeah, I went there. Yeah, I told you when I call in, I'm gonna go there. So yeah. But now they want to back up like that faggot ass nigga The Rock. He's like, I'm not gonna back anyone this political term. No, stand on your merits, sir. You were about in 2020. Keep on. See, he's a celebrity now.
Yeah.
He always was a celebrity, but he just wishy-washy and shit. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that's the problem.
You should have said, yeah, Biden 2024. At least he'd been consistent. But fuck him too.
I don't want to lose that money. He over there at WrestleMania doing his thing.
He's busy getting property in Maui with Oprah, her fat ass. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah. But I agree. They definitely do break bread because you got to think about it. Like if they're out there paying these fucking social media influencers, they're trying to get them. They put money in the pockets of celebrities for that endorsement. And again, because it's hard for me to believe. It's just so hard. Like me voting for somebody that I know is going to tax the fuck out of me, especially when I'm a celebrity and everything in my life is about being as rich as I possibly can be. Like I think that they just
Right.
say it because I guess whatever. I guess it puts the money in their pockets so they can make up for it.
Money. Like Cardi B. Just like Cardi B. Look, Cardi B is she's special. So she said, "Oh yeah, I'm for higher taxes. I'm for all this. And then when all the immigrants started coming in, all the illegal immigrants, she ain't back. I'm not backing nobody. Cardi B did the same shit. But here's the thing: he told you I was gonna do this. I guess some of y'all didn't watch his speeches. What you could understand, but that's why I say he needs to win for 2024. However he wins, he needs to win, and let's see where this goes, man. Let's see how far we can push this. It should be very interesting. It should be very interesting. California will probably be a goddamn nuclear wasteland by that point.
Yeah. It's gonna be.
Damn, just full of like electric cars, just EMP'd out. I don't know.
Imagine that, like motherfuckers be running in people's yards trying to steal electricity for their electric cars. The fucking lines will be.
I seen the video. Yeah, I saw a video. Some chick parked in some dude's driveway. I gotta check my car for it, but man, you're on my property. And she's like, my husband's a lawyer. Don't take a picture of my license plate. Like, bro, had this been Appalachians, they'd have shot her ass. Like that shit crazy, bro.
I definitely would have sued you. You're a lawyer, you say. All right, well, definitely going to capitalize on that one. Okay.
Yeah. It's a headache, bro. It's just like it's a headache. It's crazy. Yeah. But I'm just gonna sit here and just watch from my little private area and just kind of focus on myself too. It's like I have to take a break from the chaos of the current day world and just try to focus on myself. It's kind of hard to do that sometimes because you got work and then you got whatever stuff to do. I'm trying to go to the gym on a more regular basis and studying as well, trying to get these certifications. I can't speak today. And then I find myself like going through 4 hours of like what's gonna get me pissed off. What's gonna get me pissed off? Why am I doing this to myself? I must be a masochist or something. I don't know. I don't know. But that's life, I suppose. Yeah. That's all I got, bro. Honestly.
Okay. And I do see that. Yeah, I mean, in Heidi, I think we were I think most people kind of realized that people weren't making that much money to need all those agents, especially when Biden said he wasn't going to do that. I mean, we all know that was a lie from the jump, that Biden saying that he wasn't going to tax anybody or anybody under 400,000 or whatever. And then he started. What was the thing? Then they dropped it from because it used to be a $10,000 deposit that they kind of dinged you on the federal level, but then now they moved it to $600. Like what big business is $600 impacting? That's the little man. That's the regular person. That's the person who's getting a paycheck. You know what I mean? So
the OnlyFans models.
Yeah, exactly.
They about to be stressing. Oh, sweating bullets, man. But I usually read the chat because people call me shit, and you have it right. So I probably am almost everything you say I am. If it wasn't, then why would I say I am? Bars. But the IRS, like if you go on USA Jobs, that's the main federal hiring place, dude. IRS, that one, dude. There are thousands of jobs up there in all sorts of places: accounting, IT, security, and then all that shit, bro. It's open up out there, bro. Yeah. And Republicans are tough, but I think it's by design. It's a uniparty. They all serve the same master. George, I like to know who George Soros answers to. That's what I wonder. Like, if he does answer anybody, but he ain't the only like rich, like person manipulating things behind the scenes. He's not the only one.
Oh no, not at all.
No. It's probably like a cabal of these people, a conspiracy, if you will. Whoa. So yeah.
I wonder if Puff Daddy has him on camera.
That nigga Puff. Apparently his son been rubbing up on people inappropriately too. The whole family fuck, bro.
Man, I saw that situation about him being about his son being on the boat or whatever, and allegedly. How long ago was that? Because then part of me wants to be it's the perversion of the puffs, but then part of me is like, is this a broad seeing an opportunity to capitalize, and now she's trying to take advantage of it? BA from the big BM, what's the motherfucking deal? Fuck all of them, really. Because, I mean, they're all some weirdos. And if you go to them parties, you probably a weirdo, too, because you know why you're at those parties. You're not just there just, hey, I saw Puff Daddy got a picture, had to leave. Like, you ready to dive head first into whatever debauchery and shenaniganery was taking place. So,
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's blackmail essentially. You can't get into that quote unquote club unless they have some dirt on you. Otherwise, you'll be exposing everybody.
Right.
Unless you're just that suicidal, then they'll separate you. Yeah. Someone found. Oh yeah, he committed suicide with 3 shots to the back of the head. Very clean suicide.
Yeah.
All right, bag him up, tag him, get him to the family. That's it. So yeah, that's why if Orange Man does get back in office, look, I expect him to fix everything. Y'all are severely deluded, man. Straight up. You don't hope he puts a 180 on this, and he might just have to put a 9-degree thing kind of sideways, because like I said, there's Uniparty, obviously, and then all this other shit going on. Like, one person can't do all that. It starts at the local level. Your mayors. Like, what was it, the mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard, super mayor, as she calls herself? Have you seen that bitch? She is a bitch.
Yeah.
And I don't like calling women bitches, but she's not a woman. She is, but she keeps getting away with it. They keep letting her rock.
Yeah.
And so, it is what it is. The FBI said, we're still investigating her. Investigating what, nigga? The fucking news got all the details. People are willing to testify, but they still letting her rock. I guarantee you, if it was someone like George Santos, see, they got his ass up out there real quick. But someone like the guy who pulled the fire alarms, he got like a little slap on the wrist. Hey, don't do that again, even though he did it for the party. And then the only person who really got like censured recently was, I think, Talib Rashid, and that's because she talked about Big Daddy Israel. We know what that happened. You can't do that shit. AIPAC will fucking castrate you. You already know what it is. Shit. So yeah, most of the cards are on their favor, because one side has all the power, the other side are a bunch of feckless eunuchs, essentially. So yeah, you have a few firebrands, but like, I thought Dan Crenshaw was one, but he's Neil Conn as a motherfucker. Fake ass Solid Snake. Fuck him. When he first came in, we got the iPad. Oh, this guy's a badass. Yeah, he's all America. No, Cap. Marjorie Taylor Greene is more of a savage motherfucker than he is.
Oh my God.
Fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, I didn't mean to make it up, man. The thing is, the more I see this, people have to get what they want. That's the 2 biggest strategies in life: not getting what you want and getting it. I think Oscar Wilde said that. I can't remember. I think it was Oscar Wilde. Because it's never what you want. A lot of these people who were so pro-immigration, just let them all across the border when you realize that. And like I said, they're taking your resources, especially black folks. I don't know how y'all fell for that shit. I'm amazed. But now you saying, look, y'all threatening the Democratic Party. We gonna vote for Trump. Yeah, but most of y'all niggas are gonna stay home and smoke a blunt. And then half y'all, there'll be a few of y'all vote Trump. But then the rest of y'all will just they be shitting, you bluffing. They're gonna call you bluff. Like, okay, we're still gonna do what we're gonna do. And most of y'all are mental slaves for the DNC plantation, so you keep voting for them. Yeah, and y'all go for it. Man, I ain't. But I'm the coon. All right, bet. Okay. All right. Okay. So I said, let them rock. Let's just push this train off the cliff. Let's see what happens.
Man,
I'll think I wear a MAGA hat when I go vote, but I'm not trying to get murdered, so I'm not gonna do that.
Oh,
man. Be some niggas like, you a MAGA? Man, you kill this nigga.
Yeah, they'll definitely attack you for. They'll say we're not a monolith. We're not all the same. And then as soon as you show, well, this is why I feel this. This is why I support this, and this is why I think this is sensible. Then they want to kill you. You're just a house nigga. You're a coon nigga. You're like it's only us. That's why I say I'm gonna look it up. I'm trying to figure out how I can officially return my black card. Like there's not really any benefits that come with it anymore. It used to be kind of cool, but then we kind of gave all that away. I'm trying to figure out where I can return this. I don't want the lifetime membership anymore. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably your local Arab store or your local Korean-owned hair weave shop.
Oh shit.
Maybe the Salvation Army shit, nigga. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's time to retire. But Yeah, it's over with at this point. Like we're lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's
That's
faith. Yeah, we're gonna
right.
it's gonna all come together. It's just I'm just gonna hope that okay. How's hope? What has hope gotten us ever? You know, like I don't know. I mean, again, maybe on an individual scale. I'm not even gonna get into it, but yeah, up with hope, down with dope.
Ooh,
Up.
Jesse Jackson. See, he got in trouble too. He said that thing about the yarmulke wearers, the yarmulke spinners, whatever that is. The yarmulke, yeah, the
Yeah.
yarmulke wearers. He got in trouble too in the '80s. I remember that. Eddie Murphy did a skit on SNL.
Yeah.
How many times? Oh yeah. Obama, yeah. Hope and change. Change your fucking channel. Jesus Christ, dude. That dude was just a light-skinned Bush. He bombed more people the color he is, and people say that's the first black president. No, first biracial president. How can he be black? With like by black I mean American, African American. Bro, his father came from Africa and his mother was a white one from Kansas. So I'm not sure how that's the typical ADOS experience, but I'm gonna let y'all rock. Y'all go ahead.
That whole again, it always works when it's convenient for the narrative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can kind of paint it the way you want to. Like, look, that nigga. He ain't even a nigga. Like he's what they like you say the modern what people call African these days, and niggas and Africans do not get along. But because on the technicality, they can play it off. We'll claim Obama as a black, even though for whatever reason black only means black American. I don't even know how that started working, but
I don't know. Kind of a collectivist mindset, I suppose.
yeah.
I think when it comes to like communism, like black people are the most closest to communism in America, straight up. Like this dependence on the government. You just throwing your kids in public school, not caring. Like unless your kid gets suspended, then you're gonna yell at the teacher, even though your kid was the one slapping kids in the back of the head. And I see from experience, they let these little young niggas get away with everything in school. But when you stand up for yourself and stop one of these little cocksuckers out, you get suspended. I.e., I got suspended when I stood up for myself. But they let these niggas rock all semester. Go on, get fuck out my face for that shit. Okay, now I'm bitter. I'm hurt. Who hurt you, right? Who hurt me, right? Black folks hurt me. Like, bro, it's sad because 15 years ago, I didn't think in this manner. I didn't speak in this manner. But it's just like now after seeing things for myself, man, it's just, and I don't want to say it's a black pill, man, but I think I understand human nature. I've gotten a close understanding of basic human nature. And people don't like unfamiliar things. They like something familiar. It's like that one dude when Larry Elder was running in California, and then they like attacked him. Then that old wino, the old disheveled Negro came out of nowhere saying, "Get your black Democrats on everything. What's wrong with this dude?" Remember that?
Yeah. That was crazy. That was so crazy, and it was okay. Like nobody said anything. Like if that would have happened the other way around, niggas would have been. They'd have solved every kind of which way in the world. Where's Carmen Sandiego mystery to allude to who did it. The government was behind it. They'll say Russia was behind the attack. They'd have found a way to paint it every kind of which way but right. But because it happened to a Republican, well, that's what he deserved. Like I don't understand it. I don't understand the double standards, and it's saddening actually.
It's sad, bro. It's sad. But I mean, and people. I remember a comment I actually responded to recently when someone said like, "What if black people commit all these crimes, all this stuff?" And then I said something to the kind of like, "Hey, look, bro, there's some of us who stand up for this, but we get ostracized, and sometimes it's dangerous to do this kind of stuff. So we just kind of stay by ourselves, man. We kind of hang out by ourselves, watch out for our families, be responsible American citizens." And he said like, and the guy's like, "Hey man, don't give up. We're all Americans here." I'm like, I feel you, bro, but you got to be careful. These dudes here, you got to be careful. I appreciate that because I told him I was a veteran, and he's like, "Oh man, thanks for serving the country." I was like, "Yeah, okay." I mean, it was an experience. I put it like that. You know, serving these fucking the military industrial complex for 8 years and lost a lot of things due to that. Yeah, you're welcome. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the black pill. See, the black pill. I don't want to be black pill. Fuck. I don't want to be black pill.
Yeah.
I want to be hopeful. I lost that hopeful naivete 15 years ago. Now it's just like a bitter old man chain smoking with vaping now. But whatever. Same thing.
Is the
It's
black pill
hard,
so
man.
bad? Is it? And appreciate shout out to Wolverine Apex. It's a very interesting picture. Uh, but I appreciate the deal donation. Fucking A, man. Now that picture's gonna be in my mind. Jerry's Rue, what's the motherfucking deal? TD, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you both. But yeah, man, like you're not allowed. And we talk about why we keep getting held down and all these things, but we do it to ourselves, man. And I just wish, like, I don't want everybody to convert. I don't want everybody to say, hey, just be a Republican change. I just want people, if we were able to freely think amongst our own community without us putting the unnecessary pressure on ourselves, right? I guess my
Diversity of thought.
Yeah.
Open up to new ideas. It's like when Larry Elder, I haven't seen the Candace Owens Breakfast Club. Like the minute they get on the Breakfast Club, like, bro, yeah, they hold their feet to the fire every which way possible. But when you have Hillary Clinton on there, hot sauce in the purse, Charlemagne lets this old racist, demonic chomo, who is the current president of the United States, tell him that he's not black. That was his nigga wake up call, like Larry Elder said. And then you would say nothing, bro. This shit is amazing, bro. And it's amazing, bro. Like, I mean, I already lost a lot of respect for Charlemagne because he was riding the BLM train. But after that, I cannot listen to that dude anymore. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Because he's checked a lot of people before. He's checked politicians before. You couldn't check him for saying, hey, man, I don't appreciate that. He could have just said that. He said, I don't like to think of myself in that way. He just, oh, God, okay.
See, that dude, I started fucking with Breakfast Club around the time that Dame Dash was on there, and because it was just they were trying to suppress the message that he was putting out. Dame Dash, whether you feel like he's crazy or not, he was not saying nothing wrong. You know what I mean? He was not saying anything bad. But I
just think he's bad with money from what I've heard about him. But the idea of the entrepreneurship, that's a good thing. Being your own boss. Yeah. I mean, but in a way, we all have bosses. Like, if you're your own boss, you have to please the customer, or else you're not in business for long. So, in a way, we all have a boss. That's how I look at it. But I did understand a lot of what he was saying. I don't like his attitude, but, I mean, fuck the attitude. It's about the message, right?
Yeah.
So,
And
I agree.
Yeah, so once they kind of downplayed that, and then maybe a couple of weeks later, maybe a couple of months or so, Gary Vaynerchuk comes in there and kind of says the same thing, maybe worded a little bit differently. And it was just kind of the way they co-signed that, but Dame was telling you the same shit, not that long ago, and you kind of was perceived it negatively. But that's the thing with niggas, though, because you always kind of got to be aggressive when you're saying shit to niggas. And it's not that you mean to be overly rude about it, but sometimes I think these black folks shit, it don't seem like shit sets in unless we put a little extra oomph behind it. Like, you got to be serious with niggas. You got to let it, because niggas don't take shit serious. Niggas will find a reason to clown in any situation, any fucking scenario with given opportunity. So sometimes you're trying to relay that message, it has to be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? But
when I was in the military, boy, niggas clown every time, man. Every day niggas be clowning on people. Every day, bro. It got exhausting because I got promoted kind of relatively quickly to like a leadership position, and never again. Like I shy away from being a leader from my experience in the Navy. I swear to God, I do. Like, I remember when I was going to Old Dominion University, like, if there's like a lead, like a school project, I'd let one of the young motherfuckers lead. I was like, I ain't leading shit. Let me know what you need from me, and I get it. I'll probably get to you early. They ain't gonna worry about me. But I'll let one of you young niggas, y'all get some experience. I don't give a fuck, B. I'm almost 40. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I feel you. I definitely understand that. Like, once you've had to be responsible for other motherfuckers and deal with the shenanigans that come with that, man, look, you would just rather be not in that position. I feel you. Look, let me just do my job and let me leave. Like, I don't want no extra.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. That's what I look at it. Yeah. But hey, Hunter, man, I've been on there too long, bro. It's been 40 minutes. I like to be cut it down to 20 minutes. If someone else want to call, I apologize, yo.
Yeah, it's all good, Dan, man. No worries.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I done said all kinds of shit, bro. Yeah, this gets like shadow banned. Well, I mean, what else is there, right?
Nah,
I know my comments are shadow banned. Like, I type in something, I don't even curse in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I can't see my
No shit. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I must have said some wild shit to get to that point.
that's
I didn't say
crazy.
3-letter sentences to where it's yeah, yeah. I can't say like things like black, white, Democrat,
What?
liberal. I can't say anything like that. I don't get.
What? That's
Or
crazy.
maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
I
wild
don't
if
know.
that's the case. That's extremely wild if that
I must
is
be
the
on
case.
some sort of watch list, which I'm
No,
not surprised.
no. Well, they watch this all some way, form, or fashion.
Hmm. Yep, they got people pouring in through the border. But if you say something questioning like elections or injections or things of that nature, you will have them 3-letter boys on them jackets knocking on your goddamn door. That's for goddamn sure. It's
Mm.
amazing. It's amazing. So, yeah, I think like I said initially when I first started listening to Heidi, well not listening to her, I've never heard her voice, but watching words, I was like she would offend me a lot, but now I agree like 90% of the time. Like yeah, it's fucked.
Oh, it's sad when you gotta agree with Heidi. It's a
Shout
sad
out to
one.
Heidi, bro. Shout out to Heidi, man. I fuck with you, bro.
Already, shout out to
Salute to
Dan the
my
man.
salute to my German G. Shout out to that nigga, bro. You know, my nigga Heidi. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But Hunter, yeah, let me get off of here, bro. You know. But I mean, it's good to have hope, man. Have hope in something. Family, friends, things get better. It's good to have hope, bro. Y'all stay bad, Michelle. I don't know what I did wrong, bro. This is what happens when you, I wouldn't say tell the truth, but when you start critiquing the narrative.
Mm.
Because I'm sure I've been wrong before, but if you question things, get your ass up out of here. So yeah, you ain't see your comments, which is fine. I mean, I don't make money off this shit, so I'm cool with it. You know, that's why. But that's all I got, man. Y'all just stay hopeful with something. You know, your faith, your family, your future. 3 F's, I suppose. Instead of feeding, fighting, and fucking faith, family, and future, whichever one is most important to you. You know, so there's a bit of the white pill in there. There you go.
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make right there. Which one is more important? You gotta do it.
Or
Let's sit back.
finances. There you go. 4 F's. Faith, family, finances, and future. There you go. 4 F's. Yeah. But thank you, man. I appreciate that, Michelle. That's all I got, bro. Let me go and get off here, bro.
All right. Well, shout out to Dan the man. I appreciate you calling in and getting the Denline jumping this evening, sir.
Man, hey, I do what I can, bro. Y'all be safe, man.
Salute to Dan. All right. Well, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Shannon.
Shannon, how are you doing this evening, Mr. Shannon?
Hey, I'm a fish watching the game. UConn beat Purdue.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So
Interesting.
I was up. I'm listening to the conversation. Pretty entertaining.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts? We covered a variety of things. We kind of started off talking about the age gap situation. Why do you think there's a double standard when it comes to the age gap and women?
I mean, I think it's just people always have a self-incentive for their own position in general. I don't think the age gap is a problem. I don't work from the standpoint that you just follow the law and the law by default is accurate, because there's some type of, I think the best way to put it, philosophy in why we determine a certain age to be appropriate to be making decisions about sex. I mean, way back in the day, I mean, I think, I believe if I'm wrong, I think like Pocahontas got married when she was like 12 or 13, and that was seen as like socially acceptable. And now, the Overton window of what's acceptable as far as like age ranges before, what's acceptable and everything before that's technically coercion. That just changed with time. But in general, I don't really have a problem with her getting with an old man. It's kind of normal. Women have got with guys for resources forever. For me, where I think I take the discussion, interesting, look at the picture, it's about generational wealth versus like, boomers versus like millennials or Gen Zers. Also is about like Russell Simmons, his daughter, her background, she graduated from Harvard. So she went to Harvard. She has a rich father, and she's still looking for old white men to fund her lifestyle. You know, that speaks more to like a systemic problem with, even when I put you in a situation to be the best you can be, meet these educated black men, and you still somehow go on seeking arrangements. That's like the dating app for like old people and sugar daddies and sugar babies. This is where you still end up. It really speaks to a larger narrative than just, to me, just age gap. You know what I mean? The other point was that y'all mentioned Candace Owens, and I think it's kind of funny because there's a similarity between what this daughter is doing, Russell Simmons' daughter, to what Candace Owens is doing. And at the end of the day, they're both trying to get with white money. Candace Owens is a black lady. She's not very educated, unfortunately. She didn't go to school, and she used to be a Democrat. And then eventually she realized that she could make some money by getting with Republican talking points. And they fund her lifestyle. The Daily Wire is funded by a lot of Jewish money. And so once she started going against it, they had to cut her off because she's fucking with the money. Look at Don Lemon. He was saying stuff that was no longer acceptable by the base of like who watched CNN. So once he started saying stuff off the record, they got rid of him. In general, from my perspective, the only really credible news sources is independent, like typically like the BBC, like those types of entities, because they really don't have a dog in the fight. But even then, historically, the CIA, the FBI, they've been involved in curtailing journalism to a certain standpoint. So even then, you kind of have to always have my point that you have to read and do your own investigation into the actual facts, information, events, and make your own conclusion. Because in the day, nothing can be really trusted because history has shown that we can't trust anything.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with the news too. I mean, you have to take everything kind of with a grain of salt because I don't think you're ever going to get the full story, and in any manner, because it's too. I don't think people can handle the masses can handle an honest news story, I guess, to put it like that.
Yeah. I mean, even if you go, I think it's just kind of sad that you can't trust anyone. I mean, what was that church in Houston? I think Windsor Village Church. I think it was a giant Methodist church, and a guy named like Kirby Codwell. I think that was his name. But long story short, like he was an investment banker on Wall Street, and then he decides to be a pastor, and then he makes all this money being a pastor. Then he actually gets like a 6-year prison sentence for wire fraud. And it's like you can't trust the journalist, you can't trust the government, you can't even trust your pastor. So definitely. Everyone's kind of just, everyone kind of runs on with their, and that's when people make up like, it's only your opinion matters and your way you view reality is important, and you get down that more, which is equally stupid. But the obvious answer is that people should do their own investigating and looking into facts and making sense of things. Because you really can't trust anyone because everyone's out to lie to you, steal from you, make a buck from you, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn. Yeah,
I mean, if you like, I believe his name was like, it was like I said, look at Windsor Village Church. It's like a 14,000 member church. It's in Houston. Yeah, he went to prison for 6 or 10 years for wire fraud, and he was like the senior pastor for like 2 decades or something ridiculous.
Oh man, he still have that money when he comes on. Yeah, that's wild. And Roger, I knew you was gonna defend Candace Owens. You're a defender of Candace's. But yeah, I mean, I agree. You can't try. I mean, like, so that's what makes the world a very dangerous place because you don't know who to trust. Like, you used to watch these movies coming up and you see these little plot twists. Oh, the cops were evil, or this person's getting plotted on by the bank, or some kind. These things occur in their own little ways, on a daily basis, But it's unfortunate, and so. What do you rely on other than news sources? If you can't trust anything, should somebody go by their what's the word I'm looking for? Their intuition. Do you think that is a strong enough thing to rely upon?
I mean, there's like we think one of the most famous allegories, the allegory of the cave. And once you see the light, why you go back in the cave, people will think you're mad and crazy. I'd be honest with you, a lot of things in life you don't need it to know because you can't change it. I mean, realistically, the stuff I've learned about the world and human behavior and about the world, like I can't change it. I don't have the power to mold society in the way I want to. So knowing it doesn't actually make you happy. Ignorance is bliss. And then you can tell the people that, oh, you don't know the facts, but realistically, they're happy living in their bubble. And I think society is designed for people to enjoy their bubble. And the mere fact that you ever like Neo in the Matrix? You know what I'm saying? You have like all the agents running at you. That's what society is really like. Because once you come outside of it, once you start deprogramming from the reality, now you're a threat to it. Mm-hmm. And society can't be built with a whole lot of people who want to challenge it. I mean, that's why inherently, like, feminism is a problem, because feminism wants to destroy society. So therefore, even if you agree or disagree with feminism, everyone can acknowledge that it's destructive to society as we currently know it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So everyone acknowledges a threat, from all political sides. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I do it. But I don't think it actually helps you. The way I just look at you have facts, you have figures, you can make empirical observation about the world, but at the end of the day, once you learn something, I mean, let's say, for example, we're talking about Black specific issues. Harvard's not going to do that much research on Black issues. They're not going to get government grants for Black political issues in general, unless it has a political slant to it to push an agenda, like you're talking about the new ports and all that kind of stuff. So all you really have is, some loosely thrown together facts that they accidentally gathered that's about us. And, some other stuff you can kind of, like you said, intuitively connect. But outside of that, a lot of it's hard to jumble together, because unless you spend your whole life trying to chase this, and most people aren't, I'm not going to end my career, what I do now, to look up some statistical analysis of like sociology or about the geopolitics in Israel. You know what I mean? So like at the end of the day, I'm just a person who operates in America, and I have to take some things with a grain of salt, and that's all I can really do. But we're gonna have a bias, we're gonna have a slant. I mean, that's why like in China, they curtail their own news sources. So like, for example, if you lived in China, or let's go make another extreme, North Korea, there is nothing you can do to get the facts. You know what I mean? The government controls it all. So in the day, we're at the behest of the government to actually give us enough that we can kind of make our own decisions. That's kind of how I view it. Say it again? I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Plato's allegory of the cave. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was muted. So y'all ain't need to hear what I was asking about. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. So yeah, I know I was muted. Don't even say nothing about it. But I did that on purpose, Michelle, because you of all people don't even know what I was talking about. J Mail, you either. I knew y'all was. It was deliberate. Shannon can hear me, so that's all that matters. But now we using the damn Inspector Gadget shit. See, interesting. But yeah, I do agree though, because I always think about those weird off causes like endangered species, right? And how people get so sad about it. And don't get me wrong, like, yeah, I want all the animals to exist. Cool beans. But if I didn't know, or if somebody didn't pop on a TV screen and tell me something about the Bengal tigers about to go extinct, I wouldn't care, because I wasn't going to go to wherever they are and count. I wasn't going to go really do an investigation. And, my life's not going to change either way. But you hear some shit like that, and then you become invested in it now because somebody said it. They killed Harambe. I wouldn't have ever known. I would have never known. Like, but people make these things, and here we are. So.
I mean, if a tree falls in the wood and it doesn't make a sound and no one sees it, did it really fall? Same thing. I mean, if you don't know about it, it's not a big deal. I think the challenge becomes, I think for most people, what drives their initial interest is that they see something that they see as like flawed or inherently like ineffective or chaotic, or the system isn't designed to actually operate effectively. And then you slowly pull that thread against that, and you find fact after fact after fact, and then you start unraveling the whole shirt, and you look at it, and you realize the shirt wasn't made effectively, or it was designed inherently flawed, And then you see everyone else wearing the exact same shirt, and they don't question it. It's the exact same thing. I mean, I think everyone has one experience or two where that kind of thing plays out. And at the end, when you unravel the shirt, your curiosity is quelled. But now the frustration of knowing stuff that people either ignore or dismiss is equally, if not more, frustrating. I mean, I don't know. It's unfortunate, but I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I said, we're talking about the Simmons daughter. I mean, I think a lot of it is on just by looking at it. I mean, I think it's weird that he's got like this prepubescent girl. We just Epstein just had his big thing going on, and it's weird, right? Of course, but it really but seeking arrangements is nothing new. It's just over social media. Women have always got with powerful men. There's nothing new. So what does this story in particular speak out for me is about no matter like think about this. Let's say you become a rich, successful black man. Mm-hmm. What does it look like to you when you send your daughter to the best school possible? You do everything in your power to make sure that she's respectable, educated, beautiful, and she still gets with the white man who called you nigger 40 years ago. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I did all this, and this is where you end up. And then what's even more frustrating is that this black woman, I bet you $5 she's a feminist, saying destroy the patriarchy, but you're sucking a white man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the entire thing is just chaos in one picture. Yeah. And it's even weirder when like this behavior, at least for a guy, we're like, okay, people are like, well, they're old enough to do whatever. But like I said, it speaks larger to that. I don't know. To me, I'm 30. I'm a millennial barely. I think I'm smack dab in the middle. And it is literally like she may like, and it's even worse because now that she's at this age, any man she gets with after this is gonna be aware of this happening. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hard for her to date a man who's like wants to take you seriously when you're literally kissing up on a beach in Galveston with a 65-year-old man. So it's like it doesn't make sense. So like your dad has money, you're educated, and you still choose to do this stuff that, to me, soils your reputation and your image. So it's like, how can we move forward in a society where even the best, quote unquote, among us are still doing this behavior? It's and then there is not a loud subset of women saying this is bad. They're just like, oh, the age. I'm like, no, fuck the age gap. This behavior should be unacceptable. The whole point of pushing women to go to college and get educated was to make sure they had better opportunities. And y'all still get the white man in the day. What were we fighting for? What's the whole point about helping the community? If you get with a white man, you're just going to go to a white community. If you're viewing the Houston's like Katy, the Heights, Montrose, you know what I mean? You're not even in it for us anymore. You got your money. We poured into you as the next generation, and you just give it to the white man. Like, that's what I see out of it. Maybe I'm crazy.
And I mean, yeah, because the thing about it is, so I don't want to say Michelle, speaking of white people, is a white woman, but she says she has the resources though, so she just likes old farts. But I don't think that's the case. I think she wants more. Like, because he's talking about that he gives her an allowance or whatever. So yeah, she does have some sort of stipend, but obviously that's not enough. Having to budget the lifestyle that she feels like she is accustomed to is not enough. So she's going to find some old man to do the deed.
The whole allowance thing is just like, it's just fascinating to me. We unfortunately, I think the end game for all this is just social depravity and all that falls down. Because realistically, obviously, this girl went to school. She was with the elite people in her class and even the country, for lack of better words. And even then, she wanted to get a man to provide for her. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, the whole back set of it, like you can't see this, at least in my generation, with our lens, without saying like the onset of feminism, where the idea that women want equality. But like I said, even when the best amongst us still want to be provided by a man, but we still fight for the wage gap and inequality. There's no way to have both simultaneously. You can't have women make the same amount of money as men, but then you want the men to make more than the women in relationships. It's a zero-sum game. There's no winners. So if you ask me, eventually what's going to happen, knock on wood, is that these women just eventually talk about destroying the patriarchy and destroying society, because in the day, you can't have both. And it's like, if I can't have either, we'll have nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's when people really go down that rabbit hole of like destroy society, destroy the patriarchy, because it's like I want kids, I want a family, but I don't want to be subservient to a man.
Yeah.
And then you have that as like, as your background, and you see this picture, and you can't not see it once you see it. That, like I said, she could have married one of her classmates. Of course, a guy would want to be have Russell Simmons as his brother, his dad, and father-in-law.
Mm.
But even with all that, she didn't want that.
No.
She didn't want to contribute, even to the smallest extent. She wanted a full life of leisure. But then why go to Harvard in the first place? Why get your education in the first place if this is what you wanted? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it doesn't really make sense. It's degenerate behavior, it's chaos. But I don't know. At the end of the day, hopefully I'm wrong about the whole 0 = 0 thing. But I just think we're getting closer there. And, and I guess I don't see a real big call out of people saying like, this girl went to Harvard. Like, there is no question that she could have got with, 30% of Harvard admissions are legacies. 30%. So 30% of the people who go to Harvard, their parents went to Harvard.
Yeah. Like,
they come from money. And she couldn't get with, you get what I'm saying? So, like, there's a whole lot of things you have to think about that she had this, I think at Harvard, I think 25% of the class is the top 1%, or even 30. The top 1% in USA, you need to make $800,000 a year. $800,000 a year. So she was around the wealthy black elite. Mm-hmm. And she still got with an old white man. Like, you really can't make it up. I mean, it's insane. And then you see these pictures of them kissing, and it just turns your stomach. And I feel so bad for, the dad, because they're like, oh, you raised your daughter wrong. I'm like, shit, he can't fight society. Shit, she might be on that whole 4B movement type stuff. She might be on the whole divestiture plane. Black men are bad, And then, I mean, we don't know how deep this rabbit hole goes. But, like, that's what I see when I see this young, educated woman. I know she's not the most voluptuous. Yeah. I see the comments.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, she still got with this old white man.
Yeah.
No matter you fight your entire life. I mean, think about this. Your whole life, you've been pushing uphill. You've been fighting, fight the power, all that kind of stuff. You're one of the few black people out of your entire hood who made it anywhere. And as a man, you want to raise your family and say, hey, look at the family I made. That's the legacy you leave. You know what I'm saying? You die knowing you left the world better, and the kids you left were going to make the world better. And you do all of that shit, and you got your 21-year-old daughter, graduated early, mind you, who went to Harvard, on a beach with a white man who looked like a liver spots from top to bottom.
Mr. Burns looking at it.
Like, come on now. Like, if she was gonna, let's be real. I'll be honest. Mm-hmm. If she was gonna just trick on this dude and get some allowance, I'd be like, hey, don't show no pictures. I don't want no one to know about this. I can't be having, we need to meet up at night. When I go out, I'm wearing like a hoodie. We can link up, but I got my dad's name on my back. If you read the Bible, half of the Old Testament is talking about legacy and lineage. There's an importance that Jesus came from the lineage of David and so forth and so on. So and she should have been like, my name matters. My dad's name matters. So I can't be out here. If I'm going to be doing this whole shit, if I'm going to be out here, tricking, I got to do it with some class. Tricking with some class, right? But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I got you.
She's out there in the middle of the beach, no care in the world. It's like she wants to be seen. She's proud of this. Mm. So that really speaks to some kind of crazy backwards mindset where you're proud that you're almost degrading your father's image, but you think it's a W.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, like I say, I guess because everything has been that we've gotten rid of the shame, we've gotten rid of the embarrassment for, especially the behaviors of women. And, you can't judge people, and who cares now, right? You can't say anything about body counts. You can't say anything about, who you choose to love. And in a way you can't, but we know that this is a transactional situation because this is not real love. And this is the way you choose
I
to handle
mean,
it. Yeah.
the reality is this, and what's really weird is that let's think about let's say she gets like $1,000 a week, right? Let's say she gets like $1 million, right? Whatever, what number, arbitrary number you give her. She graduated from Harvard, and the first thing she wants to do, she's not working, right? So of course, like I said, the whole degree thing was a waste of fucking time. It was all vanity at the end of the day, right? That's one. And then secondly, so she's getting paid by this man. But realistically, I bet you her father would pay to not have this be a story. You know what I mean? Any type of allowance that you got is just a further insult to your dad's name. And like I said, there's no reason why she couldn't produce for herself. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that she doesn't want to do anything. There's no work. You know what I'm saying? Let's say when you go to Harvard, if you know about this, you get opportunity. When corporations come to you at your school, you have the pick of the litter.
Yeah.
You have that's like they have companies that are called 2 Sigma. For starting salary, $400,000. For starting salary, $400,000. These investment banking jobs, they start over at $250,000 out of college. So she had access to these super high wealthy occupations out of Harvard. She couldn't pay for a lot. She could have took herself out. She has like I said, she's around wealthy friends who probably have generational money, the same way she does too. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I don't think it's about the shame, because you can shame women as much as you want. Because a man can shame a woman, that's not going to change what she does.
Yeah.
Women move like birds in flocks. Women cannot make up their own decision, unfortunately. Every girl I've ever talked to talking about, I make my own decision, I bet you $1,000. When I asked her, I'm like, how do you make your decision? She said, I call my friend. So women in general do not like to make their own decisions. They can't. That's why you move around the city, everyone's wearing the same shit. Everyone's shopping at the same place. Yeah. Because women inherently they go with the crowd. You know what I mean? They can't think for themselves. So like, until women, unfortunately, starts getting mad at other women, which is not gonna fucking happen, there's no way to change it. Like, you don't think her dad shamed her for doing this?
He didn't seem to take it very seriously when she kind of brought some of those things up. And but the thing is that, he probably, let's be real, some girls, there's a lot of men who have very loose relationships with their daughters. And if you push that boundary too far, your daughter will block you. You're never going to see her. She's going to be out doing her own thing. So a lot of men make the calculus, hey, I'd rather disagree with her but not push her so hard because I at least want to see my daughter. Because at my church, shit, all the black men be telling me the same shit. Man, my daughter be doing dumb shit, but I can't control her. Because if I push her too hard, I ain't going to see her. I'm not going to be able to talk to her. She'd be out, she would move to another state and have a new phone. She only going to talk, you know what I'm saying? So he's doing all he can. Trust me, he wants to shame her. He wants to tell her, this is dumb. He wants, but he knows in the day, if he does all this, his daughter's not going to be there. And the mother's not going to back up the dad. At least that's how I view it. You know what I'm saying? I guess you're right. They will run from accountability at all costs. So,
hey, you want to be there. But in the day, like I said, I don't think the men can shame women all day long. Look at, Kevin Samuels, look at the red pill. They can shame women all day, but that's not going to change their behavior. Until women inherently wants to, like, become more, I don't fucking know, classy, it ain't going to happen. So it just is what it is, man. People got to get to the new norm. It's going to get a lot more common. It'll be a lot more normal. But it is what it is. But that's what I see about the picture. But I think that's about it. I have nothing else to say about it.
Okay. All right, Mr. Shannon, I definitely appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts with me this evening.
All right, appreciate it. Y'all be good.
You too. Thanks for calling. I'm going to have to dive into some stuff. So here's the deal, because it's almost about that time. And let me do this. And I know we got a couple other callers coming in, but got a matter I have to take care of since we are up against it. So my apologies on that. Let me do this. Drop the Discord link and we can jump up in there. I just have a little matter I have to take care of. And then I'll jump into the voice chat and we can keep the conversation going. Just one moment. And we drop this in here. Saying beat me there, don't meet me there. I'll drop that. Speaky Splow. How you like me now? And again, I do thank you all for watching.
Last day in St. Bart's.
Right, and that's a good point that he made. Think about being what you've come from, being Russell Simmons, and where you've come from to where you are, and you're so proud of your children for getting to that point. Going to Harvard is one thing. Getting into Harvard is one thing, And then this is the life choices that you make. That's why I'm glad I don't have any kids, right? Because I know I'd probably be distant dad because I would say something. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. And then they just not want to be around because I understand when they're not accountable for the shit. I get it. I fucking get it. But there's no way. Ain't no fucking way. Like, because I'd rather be on you about your behavior and have you understand how to take care of yourself. At least you're going to be out of there and be independent than fucking just let you be all willy-nilly and you end up in the same fucking situation. So, I don't know. That's a whole crazy thing. We ain't gonna get into that. But with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, it's been my honor, it has been my privilege, but more than anything, it has truly been my pleasure. I've dropped the link in the deal. I don't know what Roger's been talking about all night. I know he got upset about the Candace Owens thing. But like I said, we can jump in the voice chat. I'm gonna jump in there, but it might be about 5 to 7 minutes before I'm actually participatory. So, with that being said, make sure you follow all the proper social media, Den Show Live, Instagram, X, TikTok, if you use it, TikTok, Den Show Live, Ed Honcho HTX, all that other stuff. Just, yeah, I gotta deal with this matter. But I appreciate y'all. That being said, catch y'all on the voice chat here in just a minute.